Lakeview Intermediate, Principal Hine with you here. Lakeview Liftoff Live for the first time ever with a class live featured in. It is Miss Metcalf's class in 4th grade. You gotta make sure everybody gets in here. There's Miss Metcalf. Oh yeah, so we're excited this morning because they earned the first ever, I gotta get this turned right here for me. They earned the first ever Lakeview Liftoff Live broadcast from the classroom. Where will I be next week? I don't know. It's up to you, all right? And it wouldn't be Liftoff Live without some special glasses, and Miss Metcalf hooked me up. And are you ready for this? This is one of those times when I've never put them on before, and so I'm going to see what they look like for the first time right here with you. So here we go. Are you ready? These, I can tell you, I'm betting these are going to be some of my favorites. Here it comes. What do y'all think? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Miss Metcalf, thank you. I have to like turn and look completely at you because these like totally, I can't see anything to the sides. This is hilarious. Oh, I love these. And they even have the little hairs sticking up.
Oh my God.
There, I gotta get it so you can see those. They're hilarious. So, oh, this is so much fun. All right, so let's get into our announcements for the day. And here we go. I'm laughing at myself, what I look like right now. This is crazy. Okay, so our morning announcements for today. Remember, I got some reminders from teachers. We've had some students who are starting to get a little bit more forgetful on being responsible and bringing stuff to school. So remember, we talked about this way back in September to remember to come with 4 things every day. Chromebook, charger, mask, water. Chromebook, charger, mask, water. We have to keep working at that. So make sure you are bringing all those things to and from school every day so you are prepared. That's part of being ready and part of being responsible. That's 2 of our Miller 5 traits, okay? So please make sure you're remembering those. Next thing I need to remind you about is just some procedures. We have a really hard time with COVID. We're trying to keep the cafeteria really clean, and we have to clean the tables between classes, and it really helps us out the cleaner you are in the cafeteria. If we're not leaving wrappers or making spills and messes and leaving them, it takes longer to clean off the tables for the next pod. And you know, I know many of you have done this. You've had to stand there and wait while tables are getting cleaned, and you want to get in there and sit down and start eating. So please be courteous to the classes and pod before you or after you by keeping the tables as clean as possible, and that helps the adults clean up real quick so the next group can come in. Spacing, just going around in the mornings, I'm having more students who are sitting right next to each other, talking to each other. We have to keep going. We've done really, really well, and I want everyone to stay healthy and stay at school, so we have got to keep doing our spacing. So double check yourself. Make sure I can't touch anybody in this room right now. If I swing around, we got to make sure we're doing that at every time we possibly can, okay? So keep working on that. Remember, hoods and hats. We can't have hoods over our head, and as the weather gets cold, a lot of you are wearing hoodies. Make sure you pull those off as soon as you're in school. And phones have to be put away out of sight. We can't tell you have them. You can have them in your pocket, but they should be turned off and silent so we can't tell you have them. All right. And Red Ribbon Week, redo. So just a reminder, these are our, whoops, I went too far. Oh, no. Okay, Red Ribbon Week. I'm going to have to skip ahead here. Hang on. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, I got my slides out of order. So today, make your dreams come true. Oh my gosh, I saw so many awesome Disney outfits today. Great job on the Disney gear. Tomorrow, team up against drugs. Wear your favorite sport or team shirt or colors. And Friday, drugs are no joke, so you can dress silly. We can be funny and joking, but drugs are no joke. And it's all about being drug, alcohol, and tobacco-free Red Ribbon Week. So way to show your Red Ribbon spirit, especially with the Disney gear today. All right, so quick survey, Miss Metcalf's class. Since we're a guest, this is an audience participation, and I got to get out of the way so that you can see these wonderful students that are in here with me. All right, so here we go, and let's see if you agree with Miss Metcalf's class's choices for favorite things. So here we go. Favorite restaurant, and you're going to vote by raising your hand and giving me like a little whoop whoop, okay? So favorite restaurant, your choices are, and I know you might have ones that are others, but this is just of these 4. If you could only go to one, which one would it be? Sonic, Brahms, McDonald's, or Subway? Okay, so here we go. Sonic. Hands up and a whoop whoop. Okay. Brahms. All right. McDonald's. Whoa. And Subway. Okay. We had votes for everyone, but it looks like McDonald's is the restaurant of choice for Miss Metcalf's class. And what about this? If you could go to one of these 4 places and spend some free time, which would it be? Would you rather spend time on an athletic field, like playing soccer, football, something like that, a swimming pool, at a store shopping, or would you rather just be in your room at home? So hands up and a whoop whoop for athletic field. You can only vote for one. Swimming pool. Shopping. Oh, we didn't have many shopping votes, but they were more loud than the others. And how about your room? Oh, Miss Metcalf's like, that's a tough call, but I have to say it was swimming pool in Miss Metcalf's class. So very cool. All right. No, you don't get to go there now. I know you want to, but no. They're like, oh, do we get to go to our favorite place? All right. So next, it is time for the Miller 5 shout out. All right. So Miller 5 shout out today goes out to, are you ready for this? I'm looking at Miss Godwin and Miss McCormick's classes. I'm looking at you. That's right. Oh, we got a round of applause for Miss Metcalf's class. They want to, here's the shout out. Miss Ross and Miss Belanger were covering for Miss McCormick's class, and they said both classes showed every aspect of the Miller 5. They were respectful, ready to learn, stayed focused, worked on their assignments, and were a pleasure to work with all day. I love that because this year we have times that teachers are out and we have covers, other adults coming in and covering for them. And when we show respect to the adults that are covering, that just makes my principal heart happy. And that's showing the Miller 5. So those 2 classes, you are the Miller 5 shout out today. Congratulations to you. All right, I'm going to bring in Miss Conklin because it's time for our Admit 1 advisory. How are you, Miss Conklin?
I'm doing great. I love your glasses, and guess what? They match your tie.
I do. Miss Metcalf told me if I could wear some yellow today that it would be a good idea, and so I followed directions, and I'm glad I did because they kind of go together. It looks like a minion with a tie.
I know.
So what do we got today? We got a few minutes left. What do we have for our Admit 1?
Well, we're going to talk about how we learn to say no to someone if they try to offer us drugs or alcohol or tobacco. Because honestly, you may be, each person throughout their lifetime may be in a situation where the people around them are smoking a cigarette or using some kind of tobacco products. It could be the smokeless ones or those vapes. And they need to be able to say, no, that's not for me. I don't want to use that. It's not good for my body. That's not the choice that I'm going to make. And so we all have to think about a way that we can tell someone no, because that could be a friend, or it could be a teammate or a colleague as you get older and you start to work that may be doing those kinds of things. And so it's important to think about how are you going to say no? So we have a little video with some examples.
All right, let me get it on screen here. And we'll give it a listen.
I need some help.
Oh, hey, Lee, how may I help you?
I'm trying to figure out what to say for school. It is Say No to Drugs Week, and I have to talk in front of an assembly on what to do if someone offers you drugs. I don't even know where to start.
Well, I would start with peer pressure. A lot of kids are using drugs because of peer pressure.
What is peer pressure, Mr. Earl?
Peer pressure is when kids or people you know try to talk you into doing something that you don't want to do.
So like when Frankie keeps pushing me to go and play baseball. I can't even stand baseball. Like that?
Exactly. A lot of kids are introduced to drugs by people they know.
Well, what type of drugs are there, Mr. Earl?
Well, first, a drug is a substance that changes how your body works, like pills, syrup, drops, sprays, and injections. There are substances that are illegal, like cocaine, crack, heroin, or methamphetamines. Also, some legal substances are out there, you can find in a store, but if used in the wrong way, are harmful. For example, some people inhale substances like glue, gas from a car, paint from a hardware store, and stuff like that.
Yo, Mr. Earl, I have heard of some kids drinking a substance called alcohol and getting in trouble too.
Okay, there are adults that drink alcohol, but alcohol is a substance, but it's only legal for people over 21. That is because alcohol is a substance that can damage a child's body and is illegal for kids under 21 for a reason.
But how can drugs and other substances hurt kids?
They can actually make you hyper, speed up your heart, and even damage your heart, lungs, and other important organs inside your body. They also hurt people by damaging their brains, where it could cause somebody to go into a coma and not be able to wake up or even die.
That sounds scary. How do I say no if someone wants to try to get me to take drugs?
Look, Lee, I know it can be hard to say no to a friend or someone you know, but there are a couple of ways to say no. You can tell them why you have a problem with drugs, like they're illegal or they're dangerous. You could tell the person offering you the drugs what would happen if you use the drugs, like they could get in trouble at school or with their family, teachers, police, things like that.
Or how about if I use drugs, they could make me sick or they could kill me?
That's what I'm talking about, Lee. There are illegal drugs that can hurt you, so you should feel confident by saying no when someone offers you drugs.
But what about those kids who may be afraid to say no?
Well, they should know that using drugs and abusing substances is not cool at all. Anytime you make a choice to stay away from a dangerous situation, never be afraid to stand up and make a good choice to stay healthy.
What should I do if someone uses drugs in school?
You should let an aide, a teacher, or a principal, anybody there on staff know. School should be a safe place to learn and stay drug-free. So remember, say no to drugs.
I'm with that. I'm down to say no to drugs.
And I hope you had fun learning with FRESBERG cartoon.
All right, I got to bring in Mrs. Mann. She's in here too now. Good morning, Mrs. Mann.
Good morning.
Well, I think some of the things that they said in the message were very important.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. We just have to remember that we always have to have a plan, because there are going to be situations for every one of us where we have the opportunity or someone trying to give us the opportunity to do something that's harmful to our bodies. And we have to be prepared for that moment and already know ahead of time what we're going to do and say.
Right. And that's the important thing. Have some words ready. And remember, it's not going to be easy. So remember, I can do hard things.
That's right.
Have that growth mindset.
Miss Metcalf's class has got it. All right, let's bring in Miss Tazi. Good morning, Miss Tazi. Well, there you are. I can't see my buttons on my screen, on my computer, because of these goggles. I was tapping the part of my computer that doesn't even have buttons. This is hilarious.
Good morning.
All right, we ready for a corny joke of the day? All right, so I got to share screen again. Let me get this back up here. And we're almost out of time, so let's get to the corny joke of the day. Here it comes. Did you all know? I know there's a lot of times, like, you might like dinner time or recess time, or maybe time when you, like on a Saturday morning when you get to sleep in or whatever. But did you know, I'm telling you right now, the best time of day, I'm just telling you, is 6:30. 6:30 is the best time of day. I'm telling you, hands down. I'm finding out which students know a good old-fashioned analog clock. When 6:30, the hands are down. Over there. Hands down. All right, well, that was a funny one. Okay, so we're going to do this for the first time. We're in Miss Metcalf's class, and we're out of time, but we do have to do our pledges. So Miss Metcalf, we're going to stand up, because it's time for our pledges, and Miss Metcalf is going to lead the way today. So I'm gonna have you all step out so that we make Miss Metcalf so we can see her. So thank you, ladies. Have a great day. All right, because I want everyone to see our feature teacher. Okay, here we go. Step in there, Miss Metcalf, and let's lead our pledges.
Okay. Everyone's standing. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Oklahoma flag, I think.
There it is.
I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people.
Thank you, Ms. Metcalf. All right. So please be seated. We're going to pause for a moment of silence to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity at this time. Okay, thank you, everybody. We went a little over time today. Thank you, teachers across the building, for indulging us this time because I think it's fun to be in a classroom. Did you all like it?
Yeah!
They set a great example, and I hope to come to a classroom near you, maybe yours, next week. And Miss Metcalf's class earned this by doing a great job with their hallway procedures, cafeteria recess, and showing that they could handle this. And you all did a great job modeling for everybody else because you were great listeners during liftoff. And noisy participants when I needed you to be. We cheered, we participated, but they were quiet when they needed to be as well. They did it perfectly. I'm very, very proud of you all. Thank you for being a great example for the rest. So we'll see who we come to next week for Liftoff Live. All right, I'm going to step away and let you all launch the day. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, stand up. All together. We are
Lakeview!
We are not.
Average!
We will strive.
For the Miller High!
And whatever it takes, we will.
Grow!
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff!
Woo! Have a great day, Lakeview. We'll see you soon.